Hello, welcome back to the Road to Episode 7, my ongoing series where I chart the road to the release of Star Wars Episode 7 in December 2015. Today I'm going to be talking about IMAX and Force Ghosts. So, in September last year we learned that the new movie Episode 7 might be filmed partially with IMAX cameras, which is really exciting. But it looks like it'll just be shot on film, regular 35mm, which is still cool. And JJ Abrams said the problem with IMAX is it's a very loud camera. It's a very unreliable camera, and only so much film can be in the camera. You can't really do intimate scenes with it. It's slow. They break down often. Having said that, they're working on digital versions of these, and so there may be a version one day. But we're going to be shooting this next movie on film. So yeah, it is too bad that they're not going to be filming, some of Episode 7 in IMAX. But I still think the fact that it's being shot on film is still awesome. And it really is actually dying out, film. Just to get outside of Star Wars for a bit now, I read recently that Paramount, I think, is the first major studio that is now going to be ceasing to ship films on film. They're done with it now. They're going to be doing everything digitally, and it's only a matter of time before all the other major studios follow suit with that. And so really, we're not, there will be a point in time where generally on a widespread basis, we're not going to be able to go into a cinema and see a film that's being projected from film. We're going to be seeing a digital projection. And that really started kind of, the big boom was when, James Cameron did Avatar, and it was such a success. And from that point on, digital projectors in cinemas became a lot more common, and they spread so much over the past few years that I think we're really going to see, the demise of film almost completely, almost entirely. I mean, we know that people like Christopher Nolan are going to kind of still champion filming on film, and I guess JJ Abrams is as well. But whether it'll be even shown on film, in the cinema is another thing another thing entirely. But yeah, now Force Ghosts, we've got some more rumors about the. And these are very spurious rumours, but I thought I'd touch on them because they're fun to touch on. According to a Cosmic Book of News' source, Star Wars Episode 7 will feature Ghost Yoda. We're told that Yoda will have words with Luke Skywalker about a rising unbalance in the Force and the need to preserve the Jedi. There was also talk amongst production that give a nod to the previous Jedi characters in the form of holographic pictures in the new Jedi Temple. It said it won't be anything major, but would be a background sequence featuring holograms of Yoda, Alec Guinness as Obi-Wan Kenobi, Liam Neeson as Qui-Gon Jinn, Samuel L. Jackson as Mace Windu, as well as others. And the person who reported this said, I don't know about you, but I think someone's going for the clicks with this, and I agree. I think it sounds cool, but it's too much information. It's, it would be nice to see, but ultimately I don't think they're going to go with anything like that. It seems almost a bit too self-serving to kind of be like, hey, look at all the people who, the greatest hits. And Ewan McGregor was talking to CNN about his latest movie, August, Osage County, and he was asked if he will be making an appearance in the new Star Wars film. He said, I've been sitting next to my phone for 3 months now and nobody's called. I don't think I'm going to be in it, but if they call me, I'm ready. I'll put on the cloak. So that'd be cool. I'd like to see him build on his great performance, in my opinion, at least in Episode 2 and 3 as Obi-Wan Kenobi, and be an older version of Alec McGuinness's character in Episode 7 as a Force Ghost. But again, I almost feel like it's kind of it would be poignant if the Force Ghosts are gone. Luke kind of brought balance to the Force, and he saw his father and Yoda and Obi-Wan as Force Ghosts at the end of Return of the Jedi. I feel like it would be kind of poignant and fitting if that was the last time you saw them. Otherwise you just kind of imagine him after the big battle of Endor, kind of just hanging around with the Force Ghost. I just feel like I'd be fine with it with him not cropping up again. But I would still love to see it. If it served the story well, if it turned up at a pivotal moment that meant something and worked with the story and was done, tastefully and everything, then that would be great. But then you have to deal with, well, what about Anakin? Why would Obi-Wan come and speak to Luke or Leia instead of their father, Anakin? And then, so what do you do then? Do you get like Hayden Christensen to come back? No, you just don't do that. You don't do that. So I really feel like the Force Ghost thing really should be just left and put to bed from the end of Return of the Jedi, but that's just me. So yeah, what else is there? Now, the rumour about Harrison Ford, I mean, we're going around in circles with this main casting with Harrison Ford and Carrie Fisher and Mark Hamill. Are they going to be in it? Are they not going to be in it? And there's I'm trying to figure out the source here. The author of this article is Jeff Snyder. If you don't know him, he's pretty famous in the movie community with his credibility. He always checks his stories from several different sources before he posts them. And he was the one who recently posted the Jesse Plemons rumour, which turned out to be true. Here's what he said. Harrison Ford has signed on to join Blake Lively and Oscar winner Ellen Burstyn in The Age of Adeline, a romantic drama that is a co-production between Lionsgate and blah 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 blah. Principal photography will begin in March, with Lionsgate set to release the film in the US. Now, another thing that is kind of another main thing I want to talk about here is the rumour, or the speculation, as these all are, that Episode 7 will begin filming in May. Now, I remember a while ago, I might have even mentioned it in one of these videos, that I think it, the rumour was, excuse me, my throat was getting a bit croaky. The rumour was that production was going to begin in early 2014. May would still be fitting, I guess, in terms of how, you know, they then have about a year and a half before it's released from the start of filming, so I think that'd be fine. So May is probably a likely candidate for a month to start filming. So the rumour is, you know, if Ford starts filming this drama in March, then he'll be freed up surely by May to do Episode 7. And most likely his role is not very big because he was announced fairly late in the pre-production process. Now, also, Jeff Schneider posted, Ford, who recently starred in Ender's Game and 42, will soon be seen in The Expendables 3. He's also gearing up to reprise his role as Han Solo in JJ Abrams' Star Wars Episode 7. He is represented by UTA. It looks like Jeff is pretty confident in this statement. You know, so I don't know. I've never heard of this guy Jeff Snyder, so I don't know if that's even worth kind of mentioning or kind of touching on. I don't know. And the last thing I want to talk about was the rumor about the script that Michael Arndt was working on, you know, before JJ Abrams and Lawrence Kasdan took over the script. You know, apparently, you know, this is what's being said, that Michael Arndt, who was writing the script, sorry I'm rambling a little here, but I'm just trying to get as much information in as possible. Arndt, who was writing the script originally, was more into the story of the Solo kids, while JJ Abrams felt and still feels that this is the story of the Skywalker line. And since Arndt walked almost all of it, since he walked out, sorry, almost all of his ideas have been tossed out, and Abrams and Kasdan are pursuing the Skywalker storyline that they wanted to do originally. And Mark Hamill's part has been beefed up so much he might end up shooting 6 months on the movie, which is kind of crazy if that's true. And then again, this says that Jesse Plemons is rumoured to have been, you know, seen for a role, which we now know is true. So yeah, another rumour is that Plemons' character might be the main protagonist of Episode 8. So there's just so many of these things, again, as I say every time we do one of these videos, but I would be fine with Hamill being a major part of the film, because I feel like, you know, it was all, the original trilogy was all about him, really. Him and Vader, and, well, yeah, mainly him, you know, it was mainly about him, and it was like a coming-of-age story for Luke Skywalker, you know, his evolution from this whiny teenager who just wanted something more to this Master Jedi, who kind of brought balance to the Force. I guess you could argue that Anakin brought balance to the Force, but, you know, I feel like his story should at least carry on, or should at least be prominent in at least Episode 7, you know, before you move on to the new generation, I guess. But I guess time will tell, and that's all I'm going to cover in this video. There's more to come, obviously. I'm trying to catch up on everything, but thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.